How's everybody doing? We're gonna go ahead and get started. Was expecting a few others to join us, but that's alright. I'm just looking for an article real quick to jump in. Can't find the article I was reading. Where is it? Alright, well, I can't find the article, but it was going over Axie and how SLP is gained and how it is burnt. So, I mean, granted, the price of AXS does matter, especially for breeding purposes, obviously. But I feel like the price of SLP should matter a lot more to the average player, because SLP is what they're making money with. They're not making money with AXS tokens, right? So, buy, sell, Axie was created. So with the growth of the AXS token, what's it at now? Let's go ahead and bring this over. Right around $71. I think at its peak it was at like 80, 82, somewhere in there. Looking at the chart, this looks like a bullish flag. If you guys know what market structure is and different chart patterns, this kind of looks like a bullish flag right here as well. Not quite as much as up here. Just how it goes up, boom, boom, boom. It's at an angled upward movement, the trend line is, and the top trend line is following it kind of exactly, creating what looks like a flag. Usually when you see this in a chart, it's symbolizing a bullish movement is to come. And so, even though it's down right now, 71, there's a good possibility of it, jumping up and reaching a higher high into the $100 range, even $90 range. And so that's cool, that's all good. But the way breeding works, they've lowered it down to 2 of these tokens to breed, but I'm not even sure what the cost is for SLP at this point. But look, we're down to 14 cents and dropping. Because the problem with SLP is there is no limit with SLP. There's literally no limit to how much can be out there. So with that, in mind, the only way SLP will go up in price is when there is a huge influx of new players. So as you see here in May, they had a huge influx of new players when the big boom of everything kind of happened in May. NFTs, crypto gaming, crypto in general just kind of exploded in May. Then you see it kind of tapered off a little bit, and then here a couple weeks ago in July, beginning of July, there was another big boom into Axie, which caused the servers to actually crash. And when the servers crashed, you can see the fall off here, because all these new people that got in started cashing out, and even all the old people that had been in and saving up SLP, all of them started cashing out right here because the servers were down. So they started cashing out and moving their money to other games. So now though, there's over 1 million Axie on the marketplace, and yeah, there's 500,000 people, but there's over 1 million Axie on the marketplace, with pretty much everybody already having 3 Axie ready to fight with. It doesn't stack up well for the marketplace, and that's why it's way harder to make money on the marketplace now compared to how it was 2 months ago. 2 months ago, it was way easier to make money. And so right now it's kind of in a rough spot. And if the developers don't change some stuff around, Axie, the cost of SLP could dwindle all the way down to 8 cents again, 5 cents. And if it stays down there, nobody's going to want to play the game, because then you're making, even if you're making 200 of those a day, that's what, $16 a day you're making playing this game. It's not absolutely horrible, but did I do the math right on that? So there's 100 and yeah, $16. So $16 a day to play, down from essentially $50 to $70. It's kind of a big price gap. So Axie has some stuff to do. They're supposedly going to raise the cost of SLP for breeding. So we'll see. That could make a big difference. But breeders are going to have to want to breed. And if nobody is buying their Axie that they're breeding, they're not going to want to breed. So now we've reached that issue. In order for Axie to continue to grow, we need a new player base. If we've essentially reached our peak player base at this moment, then there is no growth going to happen in Axie, and Axie is going to kind of be stale for a little while. So if they would implement some sort of burn feature where you could burn Axie off, then it would make the market, it would fix the marketplace, is what it would do. Because right now the marketplace is broken. So these are my issues and worries with Axie and the future of Axie, which I'm sure the devs already know about these issues. So I'm sure they're not taking it, with a grain of salt. They're probably working on this, hopefully quite diligently. But look, there's literally over 250,000 Axie in the marketplace. There's so many at 0.066 even. Look, 0.067, and like nobody wants any of these. They're all mutations. You might find 1 or 2 out of the ugly bunch, but you're not gonna find anything too spectacular going through here. Mainly all beast. And so we need a feature to be able to burn Axie. If we could burn Axie, they're suggesting we might be able to burn in the future to get to upgrade parts on other Axie. I feel like I'm in a rough spot. I made all this money with Axie, but it's all stuck in Axie, into different Axie now. And they're not selling. So now it is what it is. I'll just have 9 Axie until the game picks back up again. I don't think the game's dead. I just think they have some stuff to fix in order for the future to be bright again. Captain Big Blunt, I think you're the salty one. You always come in here dropping salt. I think you're salty. Coinary doing well. They'll recover. As soon as they release the marketplace, you're going to see this coin go up over $1. Look at this. Plant to earn's bouncing back a little bit. Been working on the game all day, trying to fix it. Hopefully they fix that so I can make some of my money back. Let's see. No crazy new games. Cyber Dragon, maybe. Alien X. Guess we got a couple of new ones. Let's check them out. Can't send you any ETH. I need it for my NFTs. Look, it's free to play. Hey, Blade, thanks for being in here. Everything's fantastic, actually. Checking out some new games right now. Just kind of went over Axie and what I think about the future of Axie. This game's looking interesting. It's free. I'm going to get into NFTs here in a little bit. Go over some of the NFTs. I bought some and go over one I'm about to buy. Doesn't look too bad, right? I mean, nothing too crazy, but it's like RuneScape Classic. Yeah, I'm getting into NFT flipping. I sold one of my Axie teams and decided to start flipping NFTs. So we'll get into that though. I got the ones I got. I really like the community behind them, and they're minting pretty fast. So odd way. I think SLP is going to continue to drop. I mean, I could be wrong. Don't get me wrong. I could be wrong, but I believe it'll continue to drop. We were actually just going over that. The reason I think it'll continue to drop is because in order for SLP to go up in price, there has to be a huge influx of new players. it's going so slow. What's going on with you? Only market cap not running very nice today. Yeah. Right in there, huh? That's where I've seen it at. The lowest I seen it was 8 cents. I seen it drop down there at one point. So I would wait, yeah, until about probably 11. But it needs a whole new influx of new players. When that happens, there's a whole influx of new breeders, and that's why SLP usually goes up in price. And so as long as Axie's on top of it, if they change it up to where breeding costs more SLP, I believe that might cause the price of SLP to go up as well, which I really hope they do, because I don't know, Axie's marketplace is kind of broken and dead, in my opinion. We were just going over that. It's hard to sell Axie at this point. It's super hard to sell Axie at this point. Yeah, there's 24 of them, $24 million worth in 24 hours, but yeah, I mean, if Axie dies, SLP will definitely die. For sure. SLP will die before the AXS token does. And that's the problem. Because once SLP dies, nobody's going to want to play the game. And so the AXS token will eventually die, right? Because like, if nobody's playing the game, the only part of the game that's out is the part that everybody sees. The land of Luciaga, or Luciana, however you say it. That's not out yet. So since that's not out, nobody can play that. Nobody can play any of the extras or utilize any of the items or anything. So until they give more of the game, like, I don't know, how are they going to get a whole bunch of new players to come play? Not only to come play, but they changed the way SLP is made in the game. So in order to make a substantial amount of SLP, you have to have a good squad to do well in arena battle. You can't just have a squad that you can coast by with on adventure mode and get 150 SLP a day. Doesn't work anymore. You can get max of like 75 SLP a day if you have a shitty team, but 75 a day is still is not very good, you know, when you could be making 200 a day. So now you got literally pages on pages of these mutant Axie that are just garbage that nobody wants. You can see their traits are just all over the place. You might find one or two diamonds in the rough, you know, but they're all garbage. For the most part, they're all garbage. And so none of these Axie can be utilized in the game at this point to make a good amount of money, to make really any money at this point. 75 SLP is the max any of these Axie can make. And anybody who plays the game or gets started playing the game at this point knows that, and or will find out that. So now all these Axie that are literally less than 0.07 Ethereum, pages of them. I'm almost to page 10. Garbage. All worth nothing. All will not sell. Maybe one or two out of the bunch, you know, here and there, they'll sell, but most of these like won't sell. They'll just keep going down, lower and lower in price as Ethereum goes up higher and higher in price. And they can't sell them for less than a certain amount. Like $200 is already pretty low considering how much it costs to breed at this point. 2 AXS tokens is $140. And so, and let's say that goes back up to 80, 90. That's now $160 to $180 minus the cost of SLP. It just seems unrealistic for Axie to keep going this way. And so it's like they have to incentivize people to breed in the game. If there's so many Axie already out there that are garbage, it's not very incentivizing to breed in Axie anymore. The only ones you're going to be able to breed are going to be, you know, the ones that are skilled Axie for arena. Oh yeah, I made my investment back in Axie, plus I was able to cash out $400 cash over with my original investment plus $400. Plus I have 1, 2, 3 full squads that make me, I don't know, 3,000-ish SLP a month. 2,000 to 3,000 SLP a month between all of them. And so every month I'm pulling in SLP. I don't really care if these sell or not, because now it's about long-term profits. And I do think Axie will fix this. I don't think they're going to just allow the game to die off and become nothing. There's talk about them allowing burning of Axie, so that way, you can upgrade certain parts on your other Axie. And so that would be wonderful, because then you could buy these cheap ones, destroy them to upgrade the Axie you have, and maybe it'll make them that much better, and people would want to buy them even more, you know? Something. They need to do something, and I think they will. And so that's why these 3 accounts are scholared out, make me money. The rest of my money I took out, I actually just took it out this past week to get into my NFTs. So I'm in profits with Axie. Everything I do here on out is totally profits. I'm not mad at it. I just hope they fix it before it's too late. But with how big they are, it's gonna be hard for it to be too late. You know, they're gonna have to like really wait until like next year to fix it or something before it'd be too late. I think they'll fix it. They're already starting to fix it. AXS, it did cost 4 of those to breed like 3 weeks ago, and they've lowered it to 2. So they do know something is wrong, and they are trying to figure out a way to do it. Honestly, no, not at the moment. There are not. Dragonary, I don't know if you see me playing that. I play it over here on the side. I'm literally like just all day grinding to get my dragons up to max level. Every day I have a new one that hatches, and so I gotta grind to get to max level. I do think this game will be very, very, very lucrative for me. I was able to get in with the dragon packs and get 6 dragon packs, 6 rares and 1 uncommon. Which, knowing what I know now, I wish I would have just bought 15 dragon packs, got up to epic right away. I would have already made my money back and then some in earning the coin every day. The token. The token is CYT, Coinary. And so CYT, they're doing well. They'll do much better when the marketplace opens. But those who bought 15, that one's cool. Those that bought 15 rare dragon packs was able to get to epic account. They're making like $150 a day worth of CYT right now. So that's like 300 some CYT a day they're earning. The guys who bought a few $1,000s worth and got all the way up to legendary, Those guys are literally making $1,000 a day in CYT. Now all this will fluctuate every couple of days. These accounts get more people, and so it fluctuates, and they go down. And I think there's some sort of cap with the legendary, so they can only earn so much each period, because it's not if they were to earn 20,000 coins each, and there's 20 of them, it's 280,000 coins, right? That's literally like the marketplace would go up and everything go up to $1, that's just 280 grand gone. 140 grand right now, essentially, or a little less, 120. CYT token. You got your eggs to hatch them. The rare dragons and up are the only NFTs, and so all the uncommon and below, the green and below, the green diamonds, they are not NFTs and cannot be sold. So the blue ones I have, I'll have enough to get to Epic soon, and then I'll start breeding them to sell on the marketplace when the marketplace opens. So yeah, that's Dragonary. It's a little broken right now, also in the fact that it takes so long to get embers and sparks. It takes forever. So hopefully they fix that issue here real soon. Oh, I didn't know. I don't know why I did that. I got played on the side. Where you at, dragons? I do think it was a good investment. I don't know how the future looks good for it. I don't know how good of an investment it'd be right at this very moment, but the future does look good. No, it really hasn't. It's actually down from where it was at its peak. It made it all the way to 70 cents. I don't count the peak the first day because that was the pre-sale peak. But the 70 cents peak happened, and then they announced the marketplace was being postponed, and that's when you see the crash. And even though it was a crash, it wasn't like a super huge crash. Consolidating now between 40-45 cents. I think once the marketplace opens, we're gonna see this coin go to a couple of dollars for sure. We'll see it go to a couple of dollars for sure. I firmly believe that. People love the game. There's 500,000 players in the game, and the game's only been out for 2 weeks. So that right there says it's already a successful project. They just got to keep pulling it in the correct direction. So, alright, well, let's go ahead and get into, well, you asked about new games. What new games are there? Well, let's continue looking over here. This looks interesting. So you said you've seen this trailer as well. What do you think about Dungeon Universe? Only 507 members in their Discord, so that's kind of a very low amount. Yeah, yeah, it's way too soon, but it does look pretty decent. We'll keep it tucked away. I got their Discord. Ooh, what's this one? Is Busta? Oh, gambling game? Yeah, I don't do the gambling games so much. My buddy does. He loves them. Let me see. What is it? It's called Busta? You can be the house, huh? So, IDOs today. It's an initial Dex offering, I believe is what it means. Um, it's like an initial coin offering, ICO or IAO, initial asset offering. All it pretty much means is you can get in on the pre-sale, essentially, is all that means. So the whitelist form, that is the form you fill out to get a part of the IDO, ICO, or IAO. Okay? All three of them, like I said, are essentially the same thing. That's how I got into Dragonary. It was an IAO, an initial asset offering on ApeSwap. And so that was my first one, actually, and that's how I know about this, because I did some research into it. And so how it worked for Dragonary and the CYT token. Hey, Emmy, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you being in here. We're just going over some new play-to-earn games that might be worth getting involved in. And, yeah, talking about IAOs, IDOs, and such right now. So, IAO right here. I got in, and it was my first one, so I had some hiccups doing it. But now I know for next time exactly what to do, how to do it, and yeah, everything about it. What happened was this started, and you could put up as much BNB as you wanted, or up to 10 BNB, I believe it was the limit. You can sell your token anytime. My CYT token after the IDO or IAO, you could sell it on that platform, like yeah, after the launch, not prior to it. But so this launched 2 weeks ago Saturday, right? When it launched, I came on here, hooked up my MetaMask wallet. Let's see. We'll get back to that one. So no, we'll go to. So as you see, so last Saturday it dropped. I deposited BNB. You could deposit upwards of 10 at the most, and at that point, you wait until the bar fills, essentially, and that's them getting as many people as they can. As soon as the bar fills, it's done, and this is the part I screwed up on, or the biggest part I screwed up on, is I didn't know this until afterwards, but as soon as it finished, there was a claim button. Whoever claimed first got the coin at 1 cent. Everybody after that got the coin raised every claim from the first claim on. So the very first claim, they got their coins at 1 cent. So if they put in 10 BNB, claimed it first, they got 10 BNB of Coinary tokens at 1 cent a token. They cashed in hard. Like, they got one hell of a deal. But somebody like me who didn't know this, I didn't stick around to wait to see it finish. I went and got something to eat, and when I came back, it was done. I seen it was done. I was like, all right, cool, and I claimed it. I had only put up 0.3 BNB because I spent all the rest of my money on Dragonary packs, on the rare and uncommon packs, right? The rare and uncommon packs. Not knowing at the end of this, I would get my BNB back. And so I could have put up like 2 BNB, but instead I put up like 0.3. And then when I claimed it a couple hours late. And when I claimed it, I only got 30 tokens. And throughout the next 90 days, I'll be able to claim 60 more tokens throughout the next 90 days, though. Okay, so it's like 13 days, I get 20 more. 43 days, 73 days. So that's kind of how all this works, and I didn't understand that. And so there could be slight differences with the IDO, which like I said, I'm assuming is initial DEX offering. A DEX would be an exchange. You know, IAO is initial asset offering. IDO is initial, or IAO, what was the other one? ICO, initial coin offering. There's another one that it came out for the games called something. Yeah, so 73 days, I get the last 73 days later, I get the last little bit. But so as soon as this ended, the CYT token was listed to the ApeSwap exchange. Okay. 13 days, I would have got half. Well, 13 more days. So after the first 30 days, you get half of the coins. Well, you right away you get to collect about a fourth or a third. I collected a third right away afterwards. But 30 days later, I'll collect 20, which will put me at 50. And that'll be over half. And so, if we go back to here, and what price you got? So the price I got was at like $1 a token. Oop, I didn't want to do that. I got it at like $1 a token because by the time I came back, oh, actually I got it at more than that because I only got 90 tokens and I put in $120 at the time. Something like $120, $140, I think. Something like that. I think it's $120. And now they're at 40 cents. 45 cents. And so, oh, this kind of looks cool. We're going to look at that in a second. See, so that's what this big spike is right here. This spike was the pre-sale. This was the IAO right here. People started claiming, the token flew up in price. I'm pretty sure it went over $1. This says 85, but I'm pretty sure it went. But you gotta understand, these are free. They're all free though, because I got my BNB back at the end of it. So it doesn't matter how much they cost at the end of the day because they're free. And so that was the thing about the IAO. You put your BNB in right here. You put your BNB up as a part of the IAO. And then at the end of it, when it's all filled, you claim your tokens. And then you also get your BNB back. It gets returned to you. That's the part. I didn't know that either. Otherwise, I would have put in 2 BNB into this thing. Because, yeah, I got the BNB back. I was like, damn, if I would have known I got the BNB back, I would have threw 2 BNB in, got hella tokens, then went and bought the dragon packs, and got hella fucking dragon packs. I would have came up super fat on this game, but I didn't fully understand it because it was my first one, and I kind of screwed myself in 2 different ways. One, by not putting more BNB up, and 2, by not being here as soon as it finished to claim it as soon as possible. Check it. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. We can go over a little bit right here. I'm trying to look. There's a lot to this. No worries. There is a lot to this game, though, I'm seeing. Cool, so I'm on Samurai right now. Looks like they got a lot going on. No, I haven't connected my wallet. They definitely got a lot of projects on here, though. But as you see, alright, so this one's a public one. Alright, access public, access whitelist. So this one doesn't, alright, so this one started. Let's check it out. So it looks like you can only put 20 BUSD in. Yeah, we can, hold on. So this kind of just goes over when it starts, when it ends, the IDA. You'll see this with most of them. They'll usually have the links to their social media and websites. I'm not sure what this link or this link is. Okay, so this is their white paper. So that's really cool. This is their ecosystem flowchart. And so a flowchart shows how the money flows, essentially. So you see every trade of bus on your AMN is 4% tax collected as 2% of each token traded in the pair. And sometimes these are really hard to understand and follow, but you can essentially follow them with the arrows. It's just it's something you gotta really look into and study to really get a grasp on the flow chart. Some of them, this one looks like a lot. Cause I'm not sure what AMM is. That's the transaction tax. Game house edge. So this, I'm guessing, is if you're the house. This is just a lot. Yeah, it doesn't mean it's bad. You know, it's just a lot to try to grasp. Most people don't even look at this, you know. And so, dang, did I just close it? Let me bring that back up. Oh, no, I didn't right there. And so we'll go over white paper in a second, but it starts in, ends in, minimum max allocation, 2 or 20 USD. You can put anything in between in there, which that seems like such a minimum amount, but one bust is only 1 cent. So if it's only 1 cent, you're still getting quite a significant amount. It might be it might go upwards of 50, 60 cents after launch in no time. So if you're getting 1 cent, your $20 is going to multiply quite a lot, you know. So that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get, if no matter what you put in, $2 to $20 BUSD, which is essentially just US dollar, right? The access is to the public, so anybody can connect their wallet and do this. And they're only accepting up to 50,000 USD in this tier. And it looks like you'll be able to join any tier that is public. And since that's the only one that's public, this is the only one you're allowed to join. Okay? If you would have came here yesterday and went to the website, which you might have, but I didn't. But if you would have came here and filled out the whitelist, which it doesn't even look like they have it up here anymore. But so this is just an article. So now what they're talking about probably was this, was the IDO launch. And so if you would have done it before yesterday, because yesterday was the cutoff day, if you would have filled out the white paper, or the white list, you would have been a part of the white list, and then you could have came here, and you could have put money in every tier. So the public tier you could have done $20. This tier you could have done $100. This tier you could have done $200. Or maybe you could only do one whitelist tier, but the highest tier is $6,000. So I'm not sure how that works. You might want to do some research on that if you were ever to come back here and get into a different project. I'm not sure if you can do each tier, a maximum in each tier, or if you, because I mean, if you want to put more than $6,000 towards the game, you must really believe in it, and I don't blame you. You know, if you do, I don't blame you. But yeah, you could do 6,000 in this one. I'm sure it's 5,000, 4,000, 3,000. Oh, this one was 200, 100. So they fluctuate, you know. You would be able to pay $20 in the tier 0 because it's the only publicly available tier. And you would get 20 times 0.0107. That's how many coins you would get. So, wait, they're not divided by that. I'm sorry. 20 divided by 0.0107. So you'd get 1,869 coins. Yeah, so if you go up here, these are all different networks. You can add different networks. And then you go up here, create account, and you can literally create as many as you want. I have 23, so you can create as many as you want. Same with Ronin Wallet with Axie. I have 4. You can create as many as you want, though. That sounds interesting. So yeah, that's how you get into the IDO. I actually might jump into it. $20 isn't a lot, and it seems all right. From what I have looked at it thus far, it seems pretty all right. I'm gonna really go into it a little bit more later on, dig deep when I'm not on stream. Looks interesting. And that's the thing. I'm not sure. So that's it doesn't say. Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, you'll have to claim the token just like in Dragonary. Well, not like in the game, but like the IDO. So if you put this $20 in, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have to wait till this fills up and or ends, because it's only here until August 30th. So if this doesn't fill up, it'll end on that day. When it ends, they'll have they should have some sort of claim feature instead of a connect. Once you connect wallet, instead of a deposit feature, they should have some sort of claim feature, and then you'd be able to claim your tokens. And I'm assuming you get your BUSD back, but it doesn't say that anywhere, so probably not, which is unfortunate. And that could be the difference between an IDO and an IAO. Is IAO, you're gonna get your BNB back, but IDO, you're spending your $20 to get the coins, you know, which still isn't a problem because you're getting them at such a cheap price. The game does well. It's not gonna stay at 1 cent most likely. But another thing to take in consideration real quick is the tokenomics. We did pass the tokenomics, and I'm pretty sure it says 10 billion coins was. But I haven't read over all this. This is quite a lot to read over. If you feel comfortable in if you feel comfortable in how the tokenomics work and everything, but at the end of the day, it's $20. So if you think the game's gonna do well and you want to put $20 in, I don't blame you. You know, $20 is a good bet to throw in. It looks pretty good from just my looking at it. It looks pretty good. I'm not able to read deeply into it. Just because it's a lot to read right now, but I just as much as I've looked over and the little bit I've read over it, I would probably put $20 to it. I'm probably going to. You know, I just want to dig into it a little bit more. But like I said, it's $20. So, hey, Crystal, thanks for being in here. Hope all is well. Moon NFT BS. I don't know what that is. Mini football. I don't know if I've heard of mini football. Chain something. Chain something could be Chain Guardians, Chain Monsters, Chain Link. There's a lot of chain stuff out there. Mini football though. What's mini football? Is that a crypto game? So this is a meme coin. Which that's cool. If you want to get into the meme coin stuff, that's cool. I was in it for a while, and I don't really buy these type of tokens anymore. Release of the first game. So if they have a game that comes out later, it might be cool. But I don't know. I don't really get into these type of tokens anymore. Yeah, and I don't blame it. You know, when I first got in, I made some really good money on shit coins and meme coins, but I just got tired of consistently looking over my wallet, waiting for them to blow up so that way I could cash out, and it was just, I don't know. I would much rather be investing into, well, now NFTs, but play to earn games and NFTs, because that's good. 300% profit's good. But like the coins I invest in now, like, check out my Discord and you can see some of the coins I'm invested in, and some of the games I'm invested in, and also the NFTs I bought are on there. Yeah, there's no point in investing a lot into them. So this game looks pretty cool. Dual token economic system, dungeon adventure, daily work income. Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Yeah, he sounds like he knows what he's doing. If you're looking at some long-term investments, I would look at the coins in the adult industry, or the tokens that are part of the adult industry. If you check on my Discord there, down under BCB approved crypto, you'll see I have 2 of them listed, but under Porn Rocket, you'll see I called out 4 of them this summer, and they're up right now roughly like 3,200%, 3,000% in total. I called Nafty out a little while back, and it was up 1,650% the other day when I typed the message. Yesterday morning when I typed the post. On my Discord, the link that I posted in the chat. And then Sol, I called Solana when it was at about $20 to $30. It's up to $70, $80. I called ADA when it was at $1.07, said to buy. That's up to about $3. I was telling people to buy DOT when it was down to about $12. It's back up to almost $30. XRP, I was saying buy when it hit $50. I was saying buy when it was higher than that, though. So you could be, you'd still be up, though. With XRP, but not as much as I would like. Ergo was called by a friend of mine when it was at like $3 or something, or less than that, and it's now at $17. SafeMoon, I called, or I didn't call, but I was a part of when it was super early on. Somebody else called it, and so that's why I believe in SafeMoon. But I didn't actually call SafeMoon. Somebody else called SafeMoon, and I just got into it, and I just believe in the community behind SafeMoon. Exactly, Crystal. It's exactly what happened. And so but even before that happened, a lot of the entertainers were already moving over because of the amount of money they can make is much more significant with these crypto projects than it is with OnlyFans or something else that involves a bank, because the banks take 30 to 40% of their income off the top for because they're what do they call it, like a unsafe work industry or something. Nice. I hold a lot. I really hold a lot of coins. Um, I got some in here. No, I pretty much have just play to earn and CYT in this one. Got EXO, got Shard, got Shield kind of died off. Um, SPS? What's SPS? Hex I have, but it's being staked. Tekra I mine. I think Tekra will blow up next year. Tekra's a good one to mine. I think it'll blow up for sure next year. Theta is a good one. I called Harmony 1 when it dropped down to like 5 cents, and it's up to like 12 cents. I called Pig. You like meme coins? I called Pig Finance back in May when I first got in. Actually April. The beginning of May is when I called Pig Finance though. I got in April, but I called out Pig Finance, and 3 weeks later it did like 5 to 6,000% returns for me. So off $20, I could have pulled over 4,000, but I ended up pulling about $2,500 off a $20 play back in May on Pig Finance. And then another one I did was Max BTC or Safe BTC. I think it's Safe BTC. I put 20 bucks in. Was able to cash out 1,000 on that one. Nice. Nice. Oh yeah, yeah. SPS, that's right. That's Splinterlands. Dang, you got 1,500? You're doing good with that. I only got like 7 or 8. My account's way less than yours though. Yeah, my trust wallet was all over the place. I made some money on the uh, coins that earned you BNB. I made some money on SafeMoon. Had me at like 12 grand at one point off of a like $2,000 investment. Um, well, no, yeah, it was like $1,700 investment. They had me at 2 grand, um, or 12 grand. I'm sorry. I don't even know what's in my trust. My trust wallet just holds my adult industry coins, because off of like literally like $20 in a couple of them, and maybe a couple $100 in one, I'm up to like 1,700. You think Bitcoin's gonna drop to 20,000 a coin? Why? Why would you think Bitcoin's gonna drop to 20,000 a coin? No, not really. I don't see it dropping that low, but I don't see it ever dropping that low again, actually. I mean, right here it looks like it's forming a head and shoulders movement, but it broke that. and now it's broke its downward trend. We're on a huge upward spike. El Salvador just made Bitcoin its legal tender and is giving every single citizen for what, $20 or $40 worth of Bitcoin. And so I think it's destined to break. What happened here? Come on now. I think it's gonna go above 100 grand for sure. That's not what I wanted. Coin market cap's acting weird today. I understand, but Bitcoin has got substantially stronger since every drop, since every crash. And so now with that, like I said, with El Salvador doing that, that's huge. Not only that, but China has already gone after the Bitcoin miners, and that whole scare is essentially over. Even though they're trying to do it again and trying to scare them again, pretty much all the miners have already moved out of China into other places that are very welcoming of Bitcoin mining. And so the mining is up and running at a smooth rate at this point. I really don't see it dropping to 20,000 ever again. I think this last crash was a huge crash from its peak. We hit almost 70,000 with Bitcoin. Why is it doing this? There it goes. And so now I just feel like the strength that Bitcoin has at this point, it's not gonna crash. If it goes upwards of 100 grand, though, yes, it will crash. But then when it crashes, I see it crashing and forming some it'll form strong resistance between $60,000 and $50,000. Between 60 and 50 grand, we're going to see consolidation the next crash. I think its next peak, which I don't know. You know, this is all speculation, okay? Because at the end of the day, Bitcoin's going to do whatever Bitcoin wants to do. Gas is expensive. But it is a cycle, but there's a lot of things that take and go into effect with that cycle. You're not wrong. There's a cycle in all of this, and I know what cycle you're talking about. So that because I was telling everybody when Bitcoin was down at 30,000, I was telling everybody because everybody was scared and everybody was selling and getting out of crypto. They had lost money and they were mad and this. I was saying, you guys are crazy. Right now is the time to buy as much of all this stuff as you can because it's temporary. And what happened? Literally, the crash was super temporary. Crypto now compared to the last major crash, which was 2021. Look at that, January it hit 40,000 and dropped to 32. I don't know. That's the other thing is, look, literally late last year, we're sitting at $10,000 a coin. And it literally boomed so hard. So you're not wrong for speculating that there could be such a crash that it drops down to 20 grand. This could be where it peaks out and then it's like psych and crashes all the way down. There could be a huge crash and it does come all the way down to right here about 20,000. You know, that is very possible. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. But with everything happening around Bitcoin, like I said, I don't know. I just feel we're already at 90% mined. So 90% is already in circulation. Literally, there's almost only 2 million, less than 2.5 million coins left. That's crazy. That's going to be gone in no time. And so that's another thing to keep into consideration with the price is there's very few left to mine. So the fewer we get to being able to mine, the more the price is going to go up. And so there are going to be crashes in the future, but this run could possibly go, and this run could possibly hit upwards of $80,000-$90,000, maybe even $100,000. And if it hits that, of course it's going to crash. I don't see it sustaining that forever, you know. It'll crash, and then people will eat up the crash, and it'll go higher next time. But with everything that's happening around Bitcoin, like I said, with El Salvador, and with it coming to an end a lot sooner than anybody anticipated, that's why I think we see this big run here. Bitcoin's not only Bitcoin, but crypto is becoming more and more accepted this year by you know, thousands more percent. There's like, I don't even know, but almost every single crypto or like exchange, and like even Axie is up 880% this year for a user base, you know. Next peak from 25k or from 20k. Yeah, I mean it could possibly, like I said, how I see it happening right now, I think it's going to go, I think we're in a pretty strong run right now. I think we're in a pretty strong bull run right now. A lot of things could affect that, though. A lot of things. The infrastructure bill trying to get passed through the U.S. could affect it. There's a lot of things that could affect it. But I think we're on a run to 75 to 90,000. Potentially just higher than 100,000 before we see our next like pretty big crash. And that's the thing, though. That's what I was saying is like this year compared to any other year, more people have gotten into crypto all over the world. Like it's unbelievable the amount of people that have joined crypto all over the world compared to any other year. And then, like I said, El Salvador, let's see what. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Good afternoon. How are you today? Look, El Salvador's population 6.5 million, right? So let's say half those people grab the free Bitcoin. We're gonna say 3 million times the $20. That's $60 million, right? And Bitcoin is sitting at 48,000. So let's just say 50,000. That's 1,200 Bitcoins that are about to be given out for free. Right? So 1,200 Bitcoins are about to be given out for free to the citizens of El Salvador. Minimum 1,200. We'll get back into the Axie marketplace in just a second, you guys. I was talking about it at the beginning of my stream, but we can get back into that in just a moment. There's a lot with Axie that, you know, hopefully it will recover, but we can get back into that in a second. I don't think it's dead, you guys. I don't think it's dead. I just think they need to do some stuff to help with a swift recovery. But let's get back into Bitcoin. All right, Blade. I hear everything you're saying, but this year is different than any other year in crypto. this year marks a significant turning point in crypto. Not only is El Salvador making Bitcoin its legal tender, but multiple other countries are in the talks of making crypto their legal tenders. So Panama is one of those. Gambia is another one. Gambia is in Africa. Panama is in South America. I believe Panama. Yeah, Panama. El Salvador already did it. Venezuela, I believe, is in talks of it, and there's another country that I can't think of it right now. But all these countries are in talks of making some sort of crypto their legal tender. Not only that, but more institutions are talking about getting into crypto than ever before. More institutions, not meaning just banks, but institutional investors, meaning big money. Doesn't have to be necessarily banks, but big money is talking about getting into crypto more and more and more every single day, to the point where the U.S. understands they need to start making regulations. So the talk in the U.S. government is becoming more and more every single day because of how fast crypto is moving. 20K, I understand 20K is not, because just last year it was 10,000. I get that completely. I get that, but in my opinion, I don't think we'll ever see that again. I personally don't think we'll ever see that again because of how strong. Yeah, but look, 2018. That was 2018. This is 3 years later, almost 4 years later. You know, that a lot has changed since then. A lot has changed. Even more has changed since 2011. That was 10 years ago when nobody accepted Bitcoin and everybody thought it was going to die. Like, nobody believed in Bitcoin in 2011. Then let's talk about 2018. Yeah, more people have agreed to it and more people have jumped on board with it, but it's not accepted at all still in 2018. You're not walking around, most people aren't walking around talking about Bitcoins. You know, it's still a very mythical thing to most people. Now, 2021, you go outside and you talk to people about crypto, you bring up Bitcoin, and everybody knows what Bitcoin is. Pretty much. I shouldn't say everybody. Pretty much everybody knows what Bitcoin is. Pretty much everybody has heard of some sort of crypto. Some sort of crypto. If not Bitcoin, some sort of crypto. Where 3 years ago, this was not the case. This was not the case. This year is no, it's good. I love talking about this because I talk about Axie all day on my stream. So I am not bothered by this at all, Blade. I appreciate this because I love getting into conversations like this. Because at the end of the day, neither one of us knows. We have no idea what's going to happen. There's so many different things that can happen that will affect the crypto market compared to the stock market, compared to the index market or anything else, the Forex market, any of those markets. Crypto is more volatile than any of those, and it can be affected in more ways than any of those. So I love talking about it in that aspect because all we're doing right now is theorizing what could happen. At the end of the day, we don't know. And exactly, in a year from now, we'll see. And so that's why I love talking to different people and seeing what they think, because it's like, you think it's going to crash to 20K. My buddy thinks there's still a crash coming where it's going to go to 25K, but he doesn't think it'll drop below 25K. I believe with everything that we've seen happen this year, I don't think we'll ever see 20,000 again. I think the 29, 30,000 part that we just seen was the lowest it'll go again. And it's possible. It's 100% possible. And if it does, you're going to see a lot of mad people and you're going to see a lot of rich people, because the rich people are going to are going to buy a whole lot more of it, and then the sad people are going to be sad they bought in at 90K. Cuz now they're going to have to wait another 6 months to a year for it to recover. And I mean, that's possible too. But I'm if it goes to 15K, how much support do you think Bitcoin would lose? That's the question. Do you think Bitcoin would lose any support? Do you think it would potentially die? 15K, I understand just last year it was 10K. Just 10 months ago, it was $10,000 a coin, right? September, October is when it broke the $10,000 mark. So, or maybe August. Oh, September right there. September 11th, 10,400. $2018. It was at, its peak was, look, 16,500, we'll say. We'll say 17,000 at its peak. And it crashed down to 76. And all the way at its lowest, it went back down to 3,300. So 17,000 to 3,300. How much is that? Yeah, but I hear your point. But like I said, essentially it went down 5 times. I hear your point, and it's valid. It definitely is valid. But like I said, in 2018, nobody was talking about Bitcoin like they're talking about it today. People today, El Salvador, literally in like 2 weeks, El Salvador's legal tender. That means the money that they use for everyday transactions. 6 million people will be using Bitcoin for everyday transactions beginning in about 2 weeks. They have thousands of Bitcoin ATMs being put up. They have Bitcoin banks, like banks, I don't know, bank buildings, I guess, being put up. I'm not sure how that's exactly working, because Bitcoin's not supposed to be in a bank, but it's a huge revolutionary pivot point for crypto to have a country accept it as its legal tender. You know, with it being its legal tender, that's huge. Maybe it's just the ATMs they're doing. Oh, 50 financial branches. So I guess only 200 ATMs and 50 financial branches. Look, it's going to save them $400 million a year. September 7th. So Bitcoin will stay bullish through September. I'm willing to bet anything because of this right here. This is that huge. We can't just brush this off as if it was nothing, okay? Because this is not nothing. This is beyond huge for crypto. Beyond huge. And some people aren't happy about it. $30 in Bitcoin. So it's even more than I said. That's huge. And I said 3 million people. Let's be more realistic and say there's probably 4 million adults that are going to grab this. 4 million times 30. That's $120 million worth of Bitcoin about to be given out. All they got to do is download the app and they will get this. $120 million. Let's divide that by 50,000. 2,400 Bitcoin are about to be given out for free. For free to every single citizen. For free. That's huge. And then from that point forward, they have to use Bitcoin to buy anything they want. To buy anything they want. From food to rent to anything. That is huge. That's beyond huge. Bitcoin law. That's huge. That's unbelievable. I don't know. I don't know. I'm excited about that. This is why we're going to go to 90K and probably above. And this is why we're not going to have a crash as significant as we did in 2018 and especially 2011. 2011 is long history. I guess it could be the reason if everybody in the country just decided, no, we're not going to use it. But literally every single person in the country is going to get $30 worth of Bitcoin for free. So imagine they get this $30 and then Bitcoin doubles the price of where it is. That's $60 to them is huge. That's huge to them. We'll see. We'll get off this subject because now at this point, we'll see, Blade. I hope you stick around my channel and I hope you stay in here. We're going to see in the coming months what happens, and we'll be able to have this talk again in the future, and we'll go from there. If it drops below 20K, I'll gladly hit you up and be like, and say you were right, you know? Oh, I'll be here. I will definitely be here, so don't worry about that. But we'll see what happens. I'm excited. I think the future of crypto is so unbelievable that we got a lot of amazing things coming with crypto. It wouldn't be bad for a lot of people. A lot of people would be able to buy in at a cheaper price. At the price Bitcoin is. And at the price it's going to be, it seems really unattainable to a lot of people because they think they have to buy one coin, and it's like they don't understand you buy portions of a coin. You don't need to buy one whole coin. That's the beauty of it. But yeah, my prediction, it's going. It's not gonna, we'll never see 20 grand again. Look at that, Crystal. I only got 21 and a half. The whale, and that's the thing about Bitcoin is the whales are always going to hold it though. It's such an expensive coin. Like the only people getting in and buying 100 coins at a time are whales. No average guy is buying 100 coins at a time. No average guy is even buying 2 or 3 coins at a time. You know. And so the only people that do hold a lot of it are whales, and the only people that will continue to hold a lot of it will be whales. That Bitcoin is a coin for the elite at this point. If you own a portion of a Bitcoin, you know, congrats, that's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think Bitcoin is a coin for the elite at this point, and it's not something that, I don't know. It is what it is. You definitely have a chance to recover. Let's switch subject up. Blade, that was a great conversation. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. That was fantastic. We'll finish it up here in a couple of months when we see what happens with Bitcoin. Hold on. If you guys don't mind, we'll get to Axie in about 2 minutes. I'm going to go get some water, and then yeah, we'll definitely get into Axie when I get back. I appreciate you too, man. Yeah, all opinions are valid, especially in this discussion and in this chat. So Let me get water, you guys, and I'll be right back. Thank you. Then we'll get on to Axie. Don't worry. All right. I'm back. We can do this. For anybody just joining us, we just had one fantastic conversation about Bitcoin. Check out the stream later on. And if you would like to hear it, yeah. Let's get on to Axie. I feel your guys' pain with Axie. At one point, I could have cashed out like 10 to 12 grand with the Axie I owned. Freaking hair. And yeah, the marketplace has kind of gone south. Let's see. We were talking about this earlier. Oh. We see the volume's falling back down to 24 million. So I think this is going to continue to fall until the developers do something. we look at the marketplace, the price for bottom Axie is 0.067. And so this is what happened, you guys. The biggest change with Axie was the change they made with how easy it was for you to earn SLP. You can no longer just set up a Scholar account with the cheapest Axie and have them go at it and earn 150 SLP a day just by grinding. It's no longer the case. The minimum SLP or the maximum SLP they can earn is 75, right? So if you buy these cheap Axie and your guys are only earning 75 SLP a day and you're taking 30% of that, or even 25%, 20%, hopefully you're not taking over 30 or 35, but at that point your guys aren't making very much, and you're not even making that much by having them. So it's not really a win-win situation. It's kind of a lose-lose situation. So how to get around that is by having 3 really good Axie for your Scholars. So the only thing working in the market right now are really reptiles. And I'm talking about real reptiles, like this one's actually not the worst. But most of these are just mutants that are just crazy, that you're never going to get high ranking with in the arena. And that's the point. You need to get higher rank in the arena to make SLP. So with this, there's no longer an influx of people joining, because all these people that want to join and just buy the bottom dollar Axie, they're not able to make that much grinding SLP, right? So at that point, the developers need to do something. They need to either make it where we can burn Axie. Really, they need to make it where you can burn Axie. That's about the only thing that's going to, like, super save the game. They can raise the price of breeding and make it to where SLP is, like, it costs double the amount of SLP for to breed an Axie. And it could cost 1 AXS token and, like, 500 SLP to breed the Axie, just for a 0 breed count, and double it every time after that, you know? Still, the only people breeding are going to be breeders breeding for specific skills, because you got to buy the good Axie. So all these other Axie in here are dead. They're essentially dead. You're not going to find people. You might find 1 or 2 in here that get sold to somebody, but essentially all these are what I call dead Axie. Nobody's gonna buy them. Even if the market goes back up, or even if Ethereum crashes, let's say Ethereum goes back down to $2,000, $1,500 a coin, yeah, you'll see these prices go up, the Ethereum prices go up, but bottom dollar is going to stay right around $215. $200. Because the cost of breeding was so high for these Axie, these people are trying to get their money back, right? Which makes sense. You don't want to lose money. So if you're trying to make your money back, you're never going to lower it. Like, you might lower it at some point to try to take a little bit of a loss. But if nobody's buying these type of Axie, because they're not going to make any money with these type of Axie, then you're never going to sell it. It's a dead cycle. Done. So there's literally 250,000 Axies on the market right now. And I would say half of them are garbage. Half of them, like, there's literally page after page after page after page. Will it even load? Look, 0.07. Now I'm on page 12. Like, Page 25. It's 0.071. This is insane. Look. 0.073. We got 50 pages. That's 50 pages. Can you imagine having your zero breed count posted at 0.073? That means somebody has to be so dedicated to finding the Axie they want for a cheap price that they're gonna have to literally look through 50 pages worth of Axie to find your guy. Let's say your guy was homie right here. Like, it's just absurd. Just absurd. It blows my mind, right? I don't know. Blows my mind. 2 months ago, the marketplace was gold. Gold to be in the market. Like, you could make some serious money. Now, the marketplace, if you didn't set yourself up right, the marketplace is your biggest enemy. And trust me when I say I had to take a loss on a few Axie. I bought one for 0.15 and could not get it sold. And I ended up with sick or something, recovering from an injury or something, and I missed the initial crash of the market, and I couldn't get it off. And I thought I would try to get it off and just hold it, and it just never sold. I ended up selling it for 0.07 the other day. I believe it was 0.07 for that one, and from 0.15. So I took a loss there. I have one I bought for 0.35. If I went to resell it, is only worth 0.15 or 0.36. If I went to resell, it's only worth 0.15. I have another one I bought for 0.44. I'm trying to sell for 0.33, and it's not selling. I have another one in Aqua I bought for 0.2. I'm trying to sell for 0.1, like, that one's on here. 0.1 something, 0.163. So I feel your pain. Look at July 10th, it sold for 0.31. July 11th, 0.206. July 23rd, 0.2. I can't even sell it for 0.163. So I feel you guys' pain. I'm down significantly with Ethereum. I don't think they're going to let it die, though. Word on the street is they're talking about allowing us to destroy Axie to upgrade certain parts of other Axie. Okay. Oh wow, gas prices are lowering a little bit. It's only $46 for me to take out my SLP. I don't know. Let's check the Discord. Let's see their announcements. Let's see if they have any updates. Let's see. Axie Esports are finally back. They have a support portal now. That's kind of cool. There's 31 events in the esports. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so the way I understand SLP is there is an infinite amount that can be minted, right? Where are we at? Right here. And so I was trying to find this article that somebody was explaining it. I thought they did fairly well with explaining. They were saying that in order for SLP to go up, Axie has to have an influx of new users. And so that's because the new users will grind the SLP, you know? So there has to be some sort of influx of new users for SLP to go up. It's going down because all the old users are selling off all the SLP they've gained, and they're no longer using them for breeding. So with the influx of new users, Axies will get bought off the marketplace. Then the breeders will be forced to breed more Axie, thus using up the SLP, thus causing the SLP to go up in price. Well, since there are no new users joining the game, because it's essentially a little bit broken, that's why SLP is going down, because nobody's using it to breed and people are only using it to sell. So I do think they will correct this issue. I do hope so. Because if they would get rid of all those dead Axie off the marketplace, then at that point the marketplace would recover. That would incentivize new users, because it would incentivize the old users to come back. If they're stuck with 3 dead Axie, they can come back, get rid of those 3 dead Axie for hopefully their money back, or a portion of their money back. You know, at least a portion of their money back, because if you spent the last couple months grinding SLP and you have a stack of 5,000, 10,000 SLP, whatever, and then you are able to get rid of your Axie for a portion of what you paid for them, even though you've only earned 75 a day. What's after 10 days? That's 750. So that's what, 2250 for a whole month. So if they would implement this, let's say 2 months from now, you would be looking at almost 5,000 SLP you'd be holding. And now, let's say you're able to get rid of your Axie, you're able to sell them, because they've also talked about buying back Axie, which I feel like would be a short-term fix to a long-term issue, but it would fix the issue at hand right now. And if they bought back or allowed us to destroy Axie, now the old users that were playing would come back to get rid of the Axie, to at least make some of their money back. Because even if they haven't been grinding for 2 months and they just let their Axie sit because they were upset, now they can get some of their money back. And at that point, yeah, they might move on to a new game, but who knows? Maybe some of them will stick around because they see the way the new system is working really well, and there's profits to be made again. I hope that made sense to you guys. Let me know if it did or didn't. So I do think there is a future. There is definitely a future. I got 3 scholars, you guys, and so I was I was hoping that was going to be something very beneficial to them and me both for the next year. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with this? It's all up to the developers, and if they want to make changes to the game. They understand there's an issue. They do understand there's an issue. That's why they keep changing the breeding cost. But the breeding cost isn't going to fix the issue. Yeah, Plants vs. Undead. But that game's so expensive to get in. Last time I checked, though, the farm issue was down, and I think that's free to get in, or only costs it's cheaper. See, it's maintenance. Every time I come here, it's always in maintenance. And I don't have, where are they at right now? They back up to $20 a coin. Yeah, look, $22 a coin. I have no idea. I'm not into this game. $22 a coin, and these plants are selling 400. Look, recently sold. This one sold for 235 coins. I don't know much about it. I'm gonna have to watch some videos or something later. But yeah, I'm gonna have to watch some videos or something later. I was looking at some new, some other games we're gonna look into later. Blade was called out Busta. This one looks like it has some good potential. Let's get into NFTs real quick though. Which one? This one? This one's called Busta. Or were you talking about Plants vs. Undead? I'm not sure what game you're asking about, Crystal. It's either Plants vs. Undead or Busta. So this is the NFTs I bought. They're goons of Balatroon. As you can see, I think they're pretty good. They got a pretty good roadmap out here. They're going to turn into a game, play to earn game. Each goon owner will be able to generate a custom, unique, full body character. You know, a goon character. So each one will turn into more than just the NFT picture. On top of that, like I said, it's a play to earn game. On top of it, 40 NFT cards will be dropped to each goon holder. They have comics being released, a YouTube series, which is kind of cool. They're releasing their own token for the game. The game will eventually be a strategy role-playing game. And they will eventually release a buyback. Where does it say that? I feel like it was in here somewhere. Community votes. Craft new playing cards using Troon. Full battle. Somewhere in here it mentions a buyback. So I like this one. I got into this one. You'll be able to upgrade your goons and modify their traits and soup them up in the Goon Factory when that releases. There's still about 2,000 left to be minted. 0.069. Not bad. Let's see, another one I'm getting into. I got kind of end today early, guys, so after I go over the NFTs, I'm going to have to probably end it. But here's another one I'm going to get into. The community for Goon on Discord, you guys, is popping. That's another reason I got into Goon. Goon's we're at 6,100 members, and just yesterday was like 5,400. So in a day, about 1,000 members have gained to their Discord. They do, you know, giveaways and such on here. Check the chat. You see, people are talking consistently in here. And the different goons they're pretty cool. So I like this one. I got in this one, bought 3 of them as you see. I think he'll do really well. I'm going to get this one as well. You can get a biker. And then this one for sure. They've built in our secondary sales to fund floor purchasing to increase scarcity. So that's really cool. This one is also going to turn into a game. The riders will be shown to in the next couple of days. And then you'll also get a bike. We'll be doing merch and such. This one seems like a really cool one too. Their Discord isn't popping off as much as the Goons Discord, but I do think they got potential. One I was here watching, but decided, or I was here watching and I was going to get into this one, but I decided to take my time is what happened, and this one sold out in literally less than 60 seconds. This NFT sold out, and so I'm super disappointed that I wasn't able to get this one. They were able to mint for 0.06, I believe it was, and they are now selling for bottom floor price is 0.2, 0.22, 0.25, somewhere in there. So they've gone up quite significantly already. You can't mint anymore, so I'm not even gonna do it. Koala Intelligence Agency, I was thinking about buying, but they only got 12 owners. That kind of worries me. If you look at Goons, these guys got $1,900. Looks like floor price has gone up to 0.05. It's a good sign, you guys. It's a good sign. That's going to update. It's 0.05. That means, because you see if it's red, that's a bid. That's not the price. If it's black, that's how much they want for it. So 0.05 is now the floor price for these. And minting isn't even done. Yeah, it costs 0.06. But it's good to see, like, the only reason they have them listed for less is because they want to be able to mint more. They're trying to mint a rare one, and these aren't necessarily rare. So that's why you see them for cheaper than mint price. They're going to sell out by tomorrow, and I think we'll see them grow in the coming weeks. I'm going to hold on to mine for a couple weeks. I think they're going to grow, and I should be able to make some good profits on them. I was looking at Voxy. YB called out Voxy a while ago, and boy, should have got into that. Even at 0.16. Oh no, come on now. Even if you would have got in at 0.16, I think floor price is like 0.35. You would have definitely made profits. Look, 0.379. So floor price is actually higher. It's going up. Yeah, these would have been cool to get into. I think they're all minted. Should have listened to YB. YB would call that a good one on this one for sure. The game's not out yet. But that's alright. We're in it now. We're in it to win it. So, hey, thanks, Crystal. I'm actually about to get off here. I have a Reiki session to go to tonight. So, I got to get off early. I appreciate you all. Appreciate all the support. I will be back tomorrow. We can get into more NFTs, get into some Dragonary stuff, and yeah, maybe we'll figure out something else from there. All right, you guys. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for the support.